I might have criticized some people in this film. Well, they were just those who were out there in the spotlight. I'm not scapegoating anyone. There are many more who are like them, but the criticism reflects from them to those other people too. So, and it's not as if I don't respect them. I don't have an ape sphere with a sort of tribal idea of ranking who's bigger and who's small. There are stupid people who are more difficult to respect, but that's just if you don't have mental plasticity. When you're presented with an overwhelming amount of evidence about why you're not really on the right path and still you refuse to change, or you find it impossible to change, and yet you want to hold on to that kind of position of power where you control the fates of so many other people, but you find it really hard to change. That's when you really can't respect someone, and you should not. And I've just told them these things now, and still has to be seen what the response would be and whether the world would still be the same as time goes on. So nothing's really being said right now, and I might apologize, but then, as I said, maybe I should not. And well, you know that I love you, and you know that I love you.
Golden brown texture like sun lays me down. With my mind she runs throughout the night. No need to fight, never a frown with golden brown. Every time, just like the last, on her ship, tied to the mast, to distant lands, takes both my hands, never a frown with golden brown.
Go away. Go away! I hate you. I hate you. Where would you be without me? Ellen, Ellen.
I am a celestial being. Octopus, the insolence.
faces, worn out places, worn out faces, bright and early for the daily races, going nowhere, going nowhere. Their tears are filling up their glasses, no expression, no expression. Hide my head, I wanna drown my sorrow. No tomorrow, no tomorrow. And I find it kinda funny, I find it kinda sad. The dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. I find it hard to tell you, I find it hard to take. When people run in circles, it's a very, very mad world. Mad world. Children waiting for the day they feel good. Happy birthday, happy birthday. And to feel the way that every child should sit and listen, sit and listen. Went to school and I was very nervous. No one knew me, no one knew me. Hello teacher, tell me what's my lesson. Look right through me, look right through me. And I find it kinda funny, I find it kinda sad. The dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. I find it hard to tell you, I find it hard to take. The people run in circles, it's a very, very mad world. Mad world. Enlarging your world. Mad world.
It's just around the corner. Breakdowns coming up round.
enter the forbidden pool bears the penalty of death. They wait for my command. Shall I shoot?
The volcanic pool is nice and cool, juicy, sweet. I will leave us to catch a fish, so juicy, sweet.
Wait. This creature is bound to me. And I to him. He is our guide. Please, let me go down to him.
I'm so sarcastic, it should be a felony. I smoked a crip, you can't see, but you're smelling me. Chinese girl in a Russian submarine. Fight a giant squid, 20,000 leagues underneath the sea. A king on his throne, or in the streets. I like them pretty hoes, I love them ugly freaks. Ass up on my polar bear rug. I'm tugging on a Peter Cottontail butt plug. Toes curl, she screaming don't stop. Explosion like Mentos and soda pop. She a screamer waking up the whole block.
The primal chaos, the blind idiot god, the demon sultan, Azathoth. Azathoth is the head of the outer gods, likely being their creator, and it is generally believed that Azathoth is responsible for creating the entire universe. Azathoth is generally described as a shapeless, chaotic mass, located at the center of all existence, surrounded by the servitors of the outer gods, whose purpose is to endlessly play the accursed flutes and maddening drums to keep Azathoth slumbering. One theory says that Azathoth is merely a puppet himself for an even greater, infinitely more horrible creature. Another says that Azathoth wasn't always blind or an idiot. Some claim that the Tunguska event was actually caused by Azathoth, and not by a meteor. The lurker at the threshold, the gate and the key, the opener of the way, Yog Sothoth. In the Dunwich Horror, Old Whately calls upon Yog Sothoth to impregnate his daughter, Lavinia. Lavinia goes on to have twin sons, one who is the titular Dunwich Horror. Yog Sothoth's name was mentioned in other incantations and rituals, particularly ones involving gaining knowledge. Finally, Yog Sothoth was featured in the story Beyond the Gates of the Silver Key, in which the protagonist actually speaks with the outer god as he passes through the multiverse. Yog Sothoth is described most often as a bubbling mass of eyes, tendrils, and especially many glowing orbs. Much like Nyarlathhotep, Yog Sothoth possesses the ability to take various forms beyond this. These forms range from similar to his normal form to appearing almost human-like, albeit hidden behind a shimmering veil. Yog Sothoth is often said to know all and see all. According to the mythos, it is coterminous with all space and time, and yet for some reason is also locked out of our physical universe unless summoned in some manner. Yog Sothoth views all existences in all dimensions simultaneously. Worshippers of Yog Sothoth call to him to gain forbidden knowledge, and sorcerers seek to gain limited control over space and time. Ultimately, however, those who seek to interfere with the nature of space and time end up with Yog Sothoth, which is said to be a fate worse than death. There are a few theories regarding Yog Sothoth. The first is that Yog Sothoth is the eternal enemy of Nodens. Another theory suggests that Yog Sothoth was actually trapped beneath Mount Sinai under an elder sign, and that Moses freed him, implying that Yahweh is actually a form of Yog Sothoth, a being that is completely outside our realm of understanding, and yet also can be convinced to impregnate a mortal woman if the terms were right. Yog Sothoth is an oddity for sure, but humans are often obsessed with gaining knowledge, and it is essential to that concept. Bloodborne features a great deal of Lovecraftian themes and references. Characters such as Odin and the Moon Presence have many similarities to what we know about Yog Sothoth. While Yog Sothoth is a very pivotal figure in the mythos in regards to the universe, ultimately that means, much like Azathoth, we just don't know much about it. What we do know, however, is that Yog Sothoth is aware of us, is watching us, and is thinking about our every move.
All children touch the sun. Burn fingers one by one.
For 7 days, Xerxes mourned, paralyzed by grief. On the 8th day, Artemisia whispered the seed of madness that would consume him.
Your father's words were not a warning, but a challenge. Only the gods can defeat the Greeks. You will be a god king.
Xerxes passed the vacant eyes and empty souls of the hollow creatures that dwell in the dark corners of all men's hearts. And in that darkness, he surrendered himself completely to power so evil and perverse. But as he emerged, no part of a human man that was Xerxes survived. Xerxes was reborn a god. In the cover of night, the palace was cleansed of all Xerxes' allies. All those he trusted. All those who had raised him. All those he had once looked to for counsel were quickly introduced to her wrath.
Before you speak, Persian, know that in Sparta, everyone, even a king's messenger, is held accountable for the words of his voice. Now, what message do you bring?
Earth and water.
You rode all the way from Persia for earth and water.
Do not be coy or stupid, Persian. You can afford neither in Sparta.
What makes this woman think she can speak among men?
Let us walk to cool our tongues.
If you value your lives over your complete annihilation, listen carefully, Leonidas. Xerxes conquers and controls everything he rests his eyes upon. He leads an army so massive it shakes the ground with its march, so vast it drinks the rivers dry. All the god King Xerxes requires is this, a simple offering of earth and water, a token of Sparta's submission to the will of Xerxes.
Submission. Now that's a bit of a problem.
Choose your next words carefully, Leonidas. They may be your last as king.
You bring the crowns and heads of conquered kings to my city steps. You insult my queen. You threaten my people with slavery and death. Oh, I've chosen my words carefully, Persian. Perhaps you should have done the same.
This is blasphemy. This is madness.
Let me guess. You must be Xerxes.
Come, Leonidas. Let us reason together. It would be a regrettable waste. It would be nothing short of madness for you, brave king, and your valiant troops to perish. All because of a simple misunderstanding. There is much our cultures could share. Yours is a fascinating tribe. Even now you are defiant. In the face of annihilation, and the presence of a god. It isn't wise to stand against me, Leonidas. Imagine what horrible fate awaits my enemies when I would gladly kill any of my own men for victory.
And I would die for any one of mine.
You Greeks take pride in your logic. I suggest you employ it. Consider the beautiful land you so vigorously defend. Picture it reduced to ash at my whim. Consider the fate of your women.
Clearly, you don't know our women. I might as well have marched them up here, judging by what I've seen. You have many slaves, Xerxes, but few warriors. It won't be long before they fear my spears more than your whips.
It's not the lash they fear. It is my divine power. That I am a generous god. I can make you rich beyond all measure. I will make a warlord of all Greece. You will carry my battle standard to the heart of Europa. Your Athenian rivals will kneel at your feet. If you will but kneel at mine.
Kneeling will be hard for me.
There will be no glory in your sacrifice. I will erase even the memory of Sparta from the histories. Every piece of Greek parchment shall be burned. Every Greek historian and every scribe shall have their eyes put out and their tongues cut for their mouths. Why, uttering the very name of Sparta or Leonidas will be punishable by death. The world will never know you existed at all.
The world will know that free men stood against a tyrant, that few stood against many.
The oracle's words stood as a warning. All of Greece will fall, as Persian fire reduces Athens to cinder. For Athens is a pile of stone and wood and cloth and dust. And as dust will vanish into the wind, only the Athenians themselves exist. And the fate of the world hangs on their every syllable.
My king! Your humble servant brings you news. The Greek fleet are defenseless within the Via Salamis. You need only finish them.
Who commands their forces?
Themistocles of Athens.
Themistocles is dead.
He is alive. I have seen him myself.
Ready my troops and I'll pass.
Wisdom! Would have us send a probing force to confirm it is not a trap.
You would dare to advise me in matters of war?
I am the God King. I am the one who triumphed over Leonidas. I am the one who laid waste to the showpiece of Athens. I am your king.
Killing Leonidas and his men only made them martyrs. And when you raised Athens, you set fire to the only thing of value in this country. I will attack the Greeks.
It's time to save your world. time to save your world. You're where the wild things are now. Toy soldiers off to war, off to war, off to
I want?
No.
That sucks. Do I get X-ray vision? Do I get some nachos?
No.
Are you sure this is heaven?
About the bird. Oh my God, this is Surfing Bird by the Trashmen. This is my favorite song of all time. Oh, well, a bird, bird, bird. But bird's a word, oh, well, a bird, bird, bird. Well, a bird is a word, oh, well, a bird, bird. But bird's a word, oh, well, a bird, bird, bird. But bird's a word, oh, well, a bird, bird, bird. Well, a bird is a word. Chris, don't you know about the bird? Make everybody knows that the bird is the word. Oh, well, a bird, bird, bird. The bird is the word. Hey, guy behind the counter. The bird is the word. Hey, frightened little child. The bird is the word. Lady on the toilet. The bird is the word. Hey, don't you know about the bird?
Sure, everybody knows that the bird is the word.
Oh, well, a bird, bird. The bird's a word. Oh, well, a bird. Again, I love repetition. Hey, what's your big idea?
This song's from the 1960s. It shouldn't be in this jukebox.
Wait, can I have that record? I love that song. I'll let you have sex with my daughter.
I don't know. Let's see what your daughter looks like.
She's right there.
Okay, I'll do her. But can you tell her to cry and beg me to stop?
I think that can be arranged.
Peter, will you give that song a rest? You've been playing it ever since we got home.
No way, Lois. It's my new favorite thing in the world. Ah! Lois, I'm going to ask you this only once. Do you, or do you not, know about the bird?
Oh, God.
Because everybody's heard that the bird is the word. Bird, bird, bird. The bird's a word. Bird, bird, bird. The bird is a word. Bird, bird, bird.
Ow!
Oh, God, sorry.
Look, just go to sleep, all right?
Huh. That's odd. I thought that would be big news.
You thought what would be big news?
Well, there seems to be an absence of a certain ornithological piece. A headline regarding mass awareness of a certain avian variety.
What are you talking about?
Oh, have you not heard? It was my understanding that everyone had heard.
Heard what?
Brian, don't! Oh, well, a bird, bird, bird. The bird's a word, oh, well, a bird, bird, bird. The bird's a word, oh, well, a bird, bird, bird. The bird's a word, oh, well, a bird, bird, bird. The bird's a word, oh, Brian, don't you know about the bird? Well, Peter's gonna tell you about the bird, oh, well, a bird, bird. The bird's a word, oh, well, a bird. Surfing
Oh my God, Peter, are you all right?
Thank you. Hi, I'm Peter Griffin. You know, there's an issue facing many Americans today that I know concerns a great number of us. According to Gallup polls, 1 in 12 Americans is unaware that the bird is the word. I, for one, dream of an America where everybody knows that the bird is the word. The bird's a word, well, a bird, bird, bird. Well, a bird is a word.
My God, is it possible? Have the boys in the lab confirm this.
Sir, our math shows that the bird is equal to or greater than the word.
Check it again! Oh, my God! Jesus Christ! The Messiah! You've returned! You've returned to bring us the good word!
What word?
Oh, well, a bird, bird, bird. But bird's a word, oh, well, a bird, bird, bird. But bird's a word, oh, well, a bird, bird, bird. But bird's a word, oh, well, a bird, bird, bird. But bird's a word, oh, well, a bird, bird. But bird's a word, Well, I guess that's it then. Jesus is gone.
I sure am gonna miss him.
Me too. Although he did give me something right before he disappeared.
What?
Something very special, Lois.
What is it, Dad?
What, you haven't heard? Crap! Oh, well, a bird, bird, bird. But bird's a word, oh, well, a bird, bird, bird. But bird's a word, oh, well, a bird, bird, bird.
comida pro passarinho, vamos, dar comida pro Piu-Piu, pro papagaiozinho. Meu papagaiozinho tá aqui, ó. Vamos mostrar comida pra ele, vamos.
the monolith, avenge your fallen brothers, blessed as they are in their eternal union with the monolith. Bring death to those who've spurned the holy power of the monolith. O monolith, we do not hear you. Why have you left us, O monolith? We await your orders, O monolith.
Is it him? Did you see a shadow moving? Everybody, quiet, quiet. Can you hear him, Mr. Toot?
It's your hand to compute. It's your hand to compute. It's your hand to compute. It's your hand to compute.
Myself. must be a hole. Not even some red. Do you like it like that? Do you like it like that? You're not real. No, you're not. You're not real. No, you're not. You're not real. No, you're not. Play it, Mr. Tooth! Yeah! Play it, Mr. Tooth! Ladies kissed him on the belly, children dressed like him in school. He had caviar and jelly, bought a modern swimming pool. That was the end of Mr. Tooth. He was never to return. Though you can kill the man, you can never kill the tooth.
or would I be condemned?
Survival such a silly whim. Will the SL missiles cheap? Your stomach turns, your flesh creeps. I roll, land and sea. Past judgment of humanity. Winds blow from the bowels of hell. We can run it, all the time will tell. I spread disease like a dog. Discharge my payload of my heart. I'm naked of death. Rest out some nostrils. I spread disease like a dog. Discharge my payload of my heart. I'm naked of death. Rest out your nostrils. Lots of Polaris. The end doesn't scare us. When will this cease? The warheads will all rest in peace. High priest of Holocaust, fire from the sea. Nuclear winter spreading disease. The day of final conflict, all pay the price. The Third World War reigns for peace. Tastes like Frankenstein, die in a fire with yours. Was cold as ice. Don't just me as the sun passes away. The days were black as night. I spread disease like a dog. Discharge my payload of my heart. I'm naked of death. Rest out your nostrils. I spread disease like a dog. Discharge my payload of my heart. I'm naked of death. Rest out your nostrils. Lots of Polaris. It doesn't scare us. When will this cease? The warheads will all rest in peace. Eradication of Earth's population loss. Polaris. Eradication of Earth's population loss. Polaris.
In combat, your pharaoh is very strong against myth units. You only have one pharaoh, so where and when to use him is very important. The Egyptians gain favor by building monuments. There are 5 different monuments that can be built. You can only build one of each. You will gain favor faster with each new one constructed.
the worst students this school has ever had. And now because of that No Child Left Behind law, we may lose our funding. Teachers will get laid off. I could lose my job.
Did you say something about a child's behind?
Yeah, he definitely said something about a child's left behind. I heard him.
No wonder you're gonna lose your job.
Shut up! How dare you!
Okay, let's all calm down for a moment. Now, Beavis, Butthead, because next week's standardized test is so important, we're going to use all of our best resources at Highland High School to help you prepare, okay?
It's a waste of time. They'll never get it. They're morons. They have the worst grades I've ever seen.
Well, that just means that these boys have the most room for improvement. Remember, it's all about helping the children.
Yeah. Just keep them away from their behinds.
You see that? Right there. That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, you know, whatever you're into. Like child's behinds.
That's not what I meant. I was talking about No Child Left Behind.
Yeah, there he goes again.
Behind.
the 26th of November 2008, 10 gunmen arrived off Mumbai on a hijacked fishing trawler. The crew was killed, the captain left alive to navigate. Under cover of darkness, they landed in a fisherman's slum next to the oldest, wealthiest part of Mumbai. Splitting up into teams of 2, they said their last goodbyes and hailed taxis to take them to their targets, which were all close by.
मतलब ना ये इस्लाम और कुफर दा मार्ग पे मतलब असी वो बंदे हैं जिन्होंने अल्लाह ने अपने दीन दी सुधारना से काफी.
The first pair of gunmen made for one of Mumbai's best-known bars. They left behind a bomb in their taxi, set to explode in an hour's time.
They came from a taxi and they were talking on the phone for a long time.
Foreign university, I have a t-shirt on each. I got no. Penda Norno, Tades Policho, the Leopold famous on each. Any tower big and Southern.
A grenade ripped through the bar. The gunmen emptied their automatic weapons, then reloaded to finish off the people who couldn't run away.
So, वहाँ पे धुएं, spark और firing की आवाजें.
11 people died at the Leopold Cafe, and 28 were wounded. At the same time, another pair of gunmen were approaching Mumbai's main railway terminus, VT Station. Again, one of them left a bomb in the taxi. He was Ajmal Amir Kassab, who later that night would be captured and interrogated. The policemen at the station stood watching the massacre. Then most of them ran away and hid. One who didn't was Sudam Pandaka.
फक्त नेम धरून त्यांना गोळे झाडायचे एवढंच मनात होतं बाकी काही नाही त्यांच्यावर फायरिंग करून त्यांना मारायचं एवढंच हे होतं मनात.
To take on Kassab, Pandaka carried an ancient bolt-action rifle with 5 bullets. Inspector Shinde carried a pistol. Another policeman, Ambadas Pawar, was unarmed.
अंबादास पवारनी मला सांगितले की मी पोलीसवालाच आहे रायफल घे मी फायरिंग करतो म्हणून माझ्यातून रायफल घेऊन एक राऊंड घेऊन त्याने फायर केलं नाही. त्या टायमाला रायफल लोड वगैरे करूस तर त्याने फायरिंग केली. माझ्या छातीवर दणका गोळी झाल्याने गोळीचा मार छातीवर बसल्याने शांत होता आणि माझ्या पाठीमागं शशांक शिंदे साहेब आणि अंबादास पवार हे मयत स्थितीत पडले होते पाठीमागं.
As Kassab and Ismail headed for the exit, a policeman grabbed a rifle from a terrified comrade. It jammed, and in desperation he hurled a plastic chair. Now Kassab fired through the station windows, shooting down a plainclothes policeman. The Wednesday night traffic passed by, the drivers oblivious to the horror inside. An hour and a half had passed since Kassab and Ismail had come ashore with their 8 accomplices. Now they walked out of the station and melted into the darkness.
It's a terrorist attack planned by some big organization. No, we don't know. Is it a plan by some underworld? We don't know.
At police headquarters, no one knew who the gunmen were or what they wanted. Mumbai's most famous detective, Joint Commissioner Rakesh Maria, was in charge of the control room.
We received calls from our mobiles that it appears that they are moving towards the police headquarters. So, in addition to looking at the control room, one also had to fortify this complex.
Now the bombs Kassab and his colleagues had planted in their taxis exploded, killing the drivers and their passengers.
There was a taxi blast at Mazgon. There was a taxi blast at Villeparle. There were also rumors that there is an attack at JW Marriott at Juhu. There is an attack on the Four Seasons at Worli. So, we felt that the whole city was under siege and under attack.
In fact, it was Mumbai's most famous hotels, the Taj Mahal and the Oberoi, that were being attacked.
Inshallah, Allah Ta'ala ne jannat bilkul qareeb hai tuade inshallah. असल पे दुनिया आ रही है मेरा पे ये फनी है कोई आजकल कोई.
As 52 people were being gunned down at the railway station, another pair of clean-cut Pakistani boys in their early 20s blasted to the entrance of one of Mumbai's top 5-star hotels, the Trident Oberoi. Fahadullah and his accomplice killed 9 staff and 3 guests in the lobby. And then headed for the hotel restaurants. At Tiffin, a popular sushi restaurant, Fahadullah murdered 13 diners. Reshma Kiani was shot 5 times and left for dead beside her family and friends.
The whole place was very silent. I couldn't see my friends. Whenever I tried to look, I also saw she hadn't moved. She was in the same position from the time she got shot. And so was my cousin and his wife.
A group of 15 were marched to the top of a service staircase. Among them were Seyfim Wezanolu, a Turkish businessman, and his wife Meltem.
And all of a sudden he raises his gun. And at that moment my wife screamed out, "Stop, stop, he's from Turkey. He's from Istanbul, he's Muslim," or something like that. And he made that gesture, Fadullah. No? And I was buried under the bodies from my waist down.
Fahadullah left 5 people alive: Seyfi, his wife Meltem, and 3 other women. The other 10 had been gunned down on the narrow landing. At about the same time as the attack on the Trident Oberoi, 2 backpackers had strolled into the Taj Palace and Tower, the most exclusive hotel in the city. Each carried an assault rifle, a pistol, hand grenades, hundreds of bullets, and enough dried fruit and nuts to last a couple of days. They began killing anyone in their sights. They were soon joined by the 2 terrorists who just killed 11 civilians at the Leopold Cafe a block away. There were now 4 gunmen at the Taj. They headed to the upper floors to phone their masters in Pakistan.
गद्दे कमरे जो तुम कमरा को खोले ने उसे गद्दे काट के कालीन इकट्ठा करके आग लाओ बकायदा 2-3 मंजिला पे आग ला दो जिन ला सके तो फिर चले बैठ जाओ आप ठीक ठीक है तो फोन जिस ले आवे मेरा भी अटेंड लाजमी कर लेना ठीक अस्सलाम वालेकुम वालेकुम सलाम रहमतुल्लाह की हाल है खैरियत आग लगी कि नहीं लगी अजे नहीं आग नहीं लगी अच्छा मेरा ਵੀਰ ਹੁਣ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਫੌਰਨ ਅੱਗ ਲਾਵੋ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਅੱਗ ਜਿੰਨਾ ਚਿਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਲਾਣੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਨਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਚਿਰ ਉੱਤੇ ਮਾਹੌਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਬਣਨਾ ਬਾਹਰ ਉਹ ਲੋਕ ਘਬਰਾ ਜਾਣਗੇ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਦੇਖੋ ਤੋਂ ਭਾਂਬੜ ਨਿਕਲਣ ਨਾ ਸ਼ੋਲੇ ਬਾਹਰ ਤੇ ਲੋਕ ਖੁਦ ਘਬਰਾ ਜਾਣਗੇ हैं तो ग्रेनेड मेरा भी सुटो ग्रेनेड सुटना कोई मसला नहीं है ना ग्रेनेड सुटना केड़ा काम है यार कोई ग्रेनेड हो पिन कुछ चले छोड़ दे
The gunmen seemed mesmerized by the opulence of their surroundings.
Double kitchen ne te bath ne te छोटा बाजार होने जाता है बस
तो आग ला के मेरा भी राविया सारे मैं इंशाल्लाह आग रेडी है ना वो आग सही ला वो आग तो बड़ा बड़ा दुखा होते है हुन देखो ना ऑपरेशन था खा रहा
To the delight of the terrorist controllers, the Taj Hotel, Mumbai's most iconic landmark, was soon ablaze. It was an image they knew would travel round the world.
तो मेरा वीर इस वक्त जो आपका टारगेट है ना ये सबसे अहम है मीडिया सबसे ज्यादा कवरेज जो है ना वो आप सबसे ज्यादा आपका जो टारगेट है ना ये ताज होटल इसको कवरेज दे रहा है मीडिया
A mile and a half away, Kasab and Ismail, the 2 gunmen who'd slaughtered passengers at the railway station, were looking for somewhere to regroup. They drifted down a back street to a row of shacks.
આ મારા ભાઈનું ઘર છે ભાઈ એ દિવસ અહીંયા જમવા બેઠો હતો અને એને એકદમથી જોરથી કીધું ને ભાઈ બજારા પાણી પીલા એને મમ્મી પર બી ફાયરિંગ કરી ત્યારે અમે ઓર ગભરાઈને ઘરમાં ગયા પછી એના પછી ખબર નહીં કે શું અહીંયા થયું એનું કંઈ દ્રશ્ય ખબર જ ન પડ્યું એના 15-10 મિનિટમાં નાનો છોકરો આવીને કે કાકા પપ્પાને ગોળી મારી દીધી બસ.
Leaving Takor Vagela to die on the floor of his shack, the gunmen jumped over a gate into the women's hospital next door. Civil servant Harishandra Srivadanka had heard gunfire and thought the hospital would be a safe place to hide.
तिथे मला ती बॉडी पडलेली दिसली. त्याच्यानंतर मी घाबरून आतमध्ये एंट्री केली. बिल्डिंगमध्ये हॉस्पिटलच्या इमारतीच्या बिल्डिंगमध्ये आतमध्ये एंट्री केली. आतमध्ये एंट्री केल्यानंतर सगळं पूर्ण शांतता होती. लाईट फक्त चालू होती.
On the stairs he bumped into Ismail, Kassab's accomplice.
आणि त्यांनी माझी मान पकडली आणि मान पकडल्यानंतर त्यांनी काय केलं पटकन इथून एक चाकू काढला. करण्याचा प्रयत्न केला. त्याच्यामुळे काय केलं त्यांनी माझी मान धरली आणि चाकू फिरवणार एवढ्यात मी माझा हा राईट लेगचा म्हणजे ढोपर त्याच्या पृष्ठभागावर मारला आणि माझ्या हातात जी बॅग होती ऑफिसची ती बॅग त्याच्या थोबड्यावर मारली मी अशी.
डॉक्टर लोग प्रे भी कर रहे मेरे को नीचे सुलाए जमीन पे. बोले बेटा थोड़ा सब्र कर बोल के कैसे बर्दाश्त ही नहीं हो रहे थे. फिर भी मैं चिल्ला रही थी. कपड़ा विपड़ा पकड़ के डॉक्टर लोग का खींच रही थी. डॉक्टर लोग का पैर पकड़ रही थी. सर पटक रही थी जमीन पे. कुछ तो करो बोल के.
Outside, 3 senior police commanders had attempted to have the hospital sealed off. But the armed units they'd radioed for hadn't shown up. They headed towards the hospital gates to cut off the terrorists' escape route. It was too late. Arun Jadaf was one of 4 constables in the back of the police jeep.
जो अचानक आमच्या गाडीवर जो ब्रस्ट फायर चालू झाला फायरिंग चालू झाले ते काय समजत नव्हतं कुठून फायरिंग होते काय कळत नव्हतं.
We could hear the firing, at the Kama hospital. It's very close. It's just behind this complex. They were some of the best officers, I would say, in the country.
At the Oberoi Hotel, a mile away, Saifi and Meltem Wezanolu were still being held, together with 3 other hostages.
I was trying to take care of the young lady, the Singapore lady, because she was very scared.
Lo Hui Yen was a 28-year-old lawyer in Mumbai for a 1-day seminar.
I put her into my daughter's shoes and I thought if she would have been on a business trip alone, and what would have happened,
They took us out of the room, made us all lean on the wall. And they were talking on the phone and they said, go away from the wall.
All of a sudden, they just shot those women, 3 women.
And that young Singapore girl, she was crying so loud that she knew that they were being shot. It was terrible. I still hear her screams.
A 5th pair walked through the alleyways of South Mumbai to a Jewish study center called Nariman House. The center was run by Rabbi Gavriel Holtzberg and his pregnant wife Rivka. Their 2-year-old son had been put to bed. The neighbors heard what happened when the rabbi and his wife confronted the gunmen. At 1 a.m., 4 hours after he'd come ashore in Mumbai, Kassab was taken under armed guard to the Nair hospital. He said that his father had sold him to Lashkar-e-Toiba, the army of the righteous.
हमको भी पैसा मिलेगा हमारी गरीबी दूर हो जाएगी तो शादी भी हो जाएगा तेरे भाई बहनों की. कहता है बड़ा आदमी बनने के लिए और अजर लेने के लिए ये काम करना पड़ता है. मैंने कहा आपने भी किया. कहता हाँ मैंने किया. मैंने कहा चलो इसने भी किया.
और ये उनको ये अल्टीमेटम दे दे. ये तो हमारा अभी तो ट्रेलर है. अभी असल फिल्म तो अभी बाकी है. हुकूमत ये बात जान ले कि ये तो हमारा ट्रेलर है. अभी असल फिल्म बाकी है. ये एग्जाम्पल ये छोटा सा एग्जैक्ट जो हमने आपको दिखाया है. फिल्म तो भी सारा पड़ा है. ये फिल्म तो भी सारा पड़ा है.
The constant lives on in their eyes. The mariner, he wished he died along with the sea. deep inside, you know, seeds are planted will grow. One day you will see, and dare to come down to me. Yeah, come on now, take the chance. That's right, let's dance.
Sleeping under the water, descending from the sky, lingering in the minds of the mortals. I wait, I watch, I hunger. I would like to show you.
Why am I laying down?
What is that voice? Get out of my head. Get rid of them.
What? I don't want to attack? Is there fighting in this game, really? Holy shit, there is! You guys are weird looking. Stop running at me like that. Was I supposed to go in?
Bloop. It was recorded in the summer of 1997 and is probably the most well-known mysterious underwater noise in the world. The scientists who first studied the phenomenon were sure that this sound came from an animal. The question is, what kind of species could it be? No known animal is known to produce a sound of this magnitude and range. If a living creature really is responsible for these sounds, it would have to be much larger than all known whales on Earth. The bloop's location is only about 2,000 kilometers west of the underwater ruins where Cthulhu is supposed to reside.
For crimes against all humanity.
Well, Mel Gibson, this is one piece of crap the world will never have to suffer through. I am so clever. That's why they picked me to convince Congress to go to war.
There is no just cause for an invasion of Iraq.
Well, that may be. But what we're all forgetting is, anyone who doesn't want to go to war is gay.
I want to go to war.
Oh, yes, we should definitely go.
I
was the first one who wanted to go to war.
About the interaction between your soul and the atmospheric soul, which has been called oversoul, perhaps by writers like Emerson. If the amount of no-repi in your central nervous system is more, then you've got a more high-quality soul. And those do get the high-quality bodies. You do get a better deal after death. That's because your soul is in an exchange with the oversoul. I'm not sure about how exactly that is going on, but it might be like how, like a backup is created automatically. So there might be like a backup of your soul, which is like the main thing somewhere else. Whatever you do in your life is like modifying that backup copy. It's not the end when you die. But what you do in your life does have an effect. There's this Lamarckian component of evolution or devolution which happens as a result of all that you do. You can evolve into a better person, you can devolve into an energy parasitic person.
at the foot of the garden. Watching them pass like clouds in the sky. Try to cry out in the heat of the moment. Possessed by a fury that burns from inside. My vision
догорает. На пылающий город падает день. Перемен требуют наши сердца. Перемен требуют наши глаза. В нашем смехе и в наших слезах и в пульсации вен. Перемен, мы ждем перемен. Электрический свет продолжает наш день, и коробка от спичек пуста. Но на кухне синим цветком горит кровь. Сигареты в руках, чай на столе. Это схема проста, и больше нет ничего. Все находится в нас. Перемен требуют наши сердца. Перемен требуют наши глаза. В нашем смехе и в наших слезах и в пульсации вен. Перемен, мы ждем перемен. Мы не можем похвастаться мудростью класса, умелыми жестами рук. Нам не нужно все это, чтобы друг друга понять. Сигареты в руках, чай на столе, так замыкается. И вдруг нам становится страшно что-то менять. Перемен требуют наши сердца. Перемен требуют наши глаза. В нашем смехе и в наших слезах и в пульсации вен. Перемен, мы ждем перемен. Перемен требуют наши сердца. Перемен требуют наши глаза. В нашем смехе и в наших слезах и в пульсации вен. Перемен, мы ждем перемен.
You all live on a placid island of ignorance, in the midst of black seas of infinity.
Cthulhu's name was mentioned in a few others of Lovecraft's stories and letters, but it was other writers that really ran with the concept of Cthulhu and Earlier. Writers such as August Derleth, Robert Bloch, Charles Stross, Neil Gaiman, and many, many others have taken Lovecraft's foundations and brought Cthulhu to many different locales and situations, from ancient past to modern day. Many different writers have given wildly varying accounts of Cthulhu, his thoughts and intentions, or lack thereof, and his history. What I'm going to present to you for Cthulhu's story is common info that I have available to me, but feel free to believe or make up whatever you want. After all, that's what Lovecraft did, and he fully encouraged others to do the same.
There are far worse things in this universe than myself, watching and waiting.
Cthulhu was likely born on the planet Vorl, located in the 23rd Nebula. Cthulhu and his children traveled then to Saturn, followed by Earth, along with a species known as the Star Spawn of Cthulhu. The alien group landed on a continent in the Pacific Ocean, and they built the great stone city of Urlier, made from strange green stones and pieced together in ways that are foreign to any human design. Cthulhu and his spawn enjoyed the freedom of the planet Earth, but at some point Cthulhu went into a deep hibernation within Urlier. The reasons for this are unclear.
I was told there is a sculpture made in my image. May I see it? For it must be destroyed, of course.
During his hibernation, humanity evolved on Earth, and Cthulhu often communicated with individuals through dreams, slowly creating the cult of Cthulhu. Disaster eventually struck the corpse city of Urlier, though, sinking the city, Cthulhu, and much of the continent into the ocean. Cthulhu and his spawn were trapped under the ocean and left with little to do other than wait. Urlier has risen out of the ocean at various times, but never for very long. The cult of Cthulhu has continued to grow throughout the ages, and as they meet in secrecy, they chant of the day when Urlier will rise permanently out of the ocean.
Like, since your name is Anand Kumar, I can't let you use my computer, man. Sorry. I've had this identity theft problem, man. So if I let you use WhatsApp on my computer, there's lots of room for, you know, misinterpretation by hackers and all. Because I've suffered this problem before. Like, people with my name doing shit which I don't know. You know, like, if your name was different, I might even have like given you, but like, your name is also Anand, your surname is also Kumar, you know. If you start working from my IP address, there might not be any problem, but there might be.
Satan has taken his!
inside lithium. Don't wanna forget how it feels without lithium. I wanna stay in love with my soul. Oh, but God, I wanna let it go.
Yesterday, I picked up the extension and I heard every word you say. Why don't you just go you messed up, that's a sure way to start a fight. Why don't you just go on, man, and leave my little girl alone? Not before I get evil, man. And I'm gonna do something wrong.